I went to an LPS after an LCS. I went to a local pizza shop after a local coin shop. I just got a cheesesteak in a dish. Not the way I like to do things, but I had a busy day. Anyhow, I picked up some more Silva, folks. And it was constitutional. Am I crazy for buying this now that the melt has stopped? So, will I be able to sell it if I need to? Also, spot was over $50. Should I be buying any silver right now? I'll give you my thoughts on it, and I hope you leave your thoughts on it as well. Today, Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. This is going to be awesome.
Warning. Warning. Warning, warning. This is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. I'm just advising you to think. Think. Let's all think.
Welcome back to the Thousandaire Radio Channel. Shane, XCS, joins the illustrious first class of Thousandaires. Congrats! So, was I just out and about being dumb? I hear the melters don't want the Constitutional, or 90%, and the sterling, and jewelry. Congratulations to you Stop the Melters out there. I guess you won. I really like the toning on this dollar. Yeah, so the melt has stopped, I guess, so the movement's over. I mean, why would you want to stop the melt if the melt's already stopped? So if there's no demand for this stuff, at least in the short term, and I'll say again, with spot over $50, should I be buying this? Why did I buy this? Well, if you just joined our wealthy community as of late, you may not know that I stack an old silver dollar each week, regardless. And that keeps my feelings out of things somewhat. But I guess that's not the whole story because I got two here in the bag and I'm balled up till mid-November before I even purchased these. If you remember that last purchase, well, you would understand why I bought ahead. Oh, I'll continue pondering, but I gotta ask, can you please hit the like button, hit any button you can, and help expand this wealthy community of ours? It takes daily vigilance to hit those buttons, make those comments, comment on comments. And if you're crazy, just hit like on all the comments. You hit the buttons, I'll make the videos. And if you don't already know, I don't know where you've been if you don't, I will never take sponsorships from bullion dealers or mining companies. I like what they do, but their opinions do not belong here. I don't want their incentives swaying my opinions, making me biased. When I give you my opinion on silver, it's my opinion. I'm not selling anything here. I'm not trying to be someone's puppet, stuck being a permabull, someone that's just always bullish. I don't watch everybody's channels. There's so many out there. But out of all the ones I watch, I'm probably the only one right now that's not real excited about gold. What can I say? Things that move up in a straight line for quite some time without any type of pullback, well, it makes me nervous. It doesn't make me totally disengaged. I mean, keep in mind, I buy Bitcoin, okay? So I understand movements like that. Big, beautiful movements. And if a Bitcoin can do that, then why can't gold do that? I'm pretty sure we're still in an upward trend for gold and that it will last. So I am bullish on gold, but how I go about it right now is maybe a little different from others. I'm considering at this point the rate or pace it will go up, and I figure I can capitalize on some other investment vehicles that typically go in tandem with gold. And whether they overshoot the price of gold in percentage terms, as they so often do, or if gold's rise just drags them along, which would still be good. I'm talking about silver, and I'm talking about platinum. I may even be talking about palladium and rhodium, but I'm still kind of new with those, so I'm a little wet behind the ears. About 3 weeks ago, I really sank my teeth into some of these white metals. Silver is one of them. I've always been buying silver, though. But I've enhanced my position greatly as of late. I went a bit ham on some more mercs, dimes that is, back when silver was low in the late 40s. I'm seeing some comments, well, you can't sell them now. And I'm certainly empathetic to those of you, well, if constitutional is pretty much all you have, and if you leaned into buying silver a bit too much and left yourself a bit financially fragile, I get it. I've been there. I would say if you have to sell and someone tries to screw you on your sale, well, get a second opinion, or a third, fourth, or fifth one. Getting physical takes a bit of proactiveness. Oh, and if you are in a pinch and you don't want to sell, I hear some pawn shops, I know they do it with gold, I'm sure they may do it with silver and other goods, you can borrow against it. Yeah, so if you don't want to sell, you can just use your silver as collateral. I'm going to go to a couple coin shops today and explore this sell price for Constitutional, and I'll report back. Also, friendo, Let me know what your coin shop's doing where you are. Put your write your comment and leave what state you're in, if you would. Look for somebody that's already left that comment and maybe comment below them, and I'll read that feed of comments, and maybe we can put together a map. I would like to hear what other areas are doing. I mean, I hear Sober Stacker said his coin shop offered him a ridiculously low price, and I believe he's over in Arizona. I remain optimistic. And if the buybacks truly get low everywhere, well, that's going to present a buying opportunity as far as I'm concerned. And I know that gives little solace to those in a pinch. But I am me, and I need to conduct my business. And in case you don't remember, or you're new here, I'm trying to get a 1-to-1 Merc Dime subscriber ratio. So I need about 3,500 more dimes, and I'm sure that number has gone up. Yeah, I'm sure it's gone up since my last count. And if I get an opportunity to get them cheaper, well, I'm a bit stoked about it. In case you're wondering, I paid $39 for each one of these Morgans, and I paid $34 face for these Mercury dimes in the bag. So I'm still buying silver, I believe, under melt. The refinery issue, yeah, it kind of acts as a circuit breaker for the market. But do I think it's totally going to stop the momentum and even reverse the trend? I don't think so. I imagine the refiners will get caught up and resume. And if you think gold is going to keep doing what it's doing, I would assume that the silver will resume fiercely. Because often, not all the time, silver gains on gold and surpasses it in a bull market. Percentage-wise, yeah, faster gains, faster growth of purchasing power. I picked up this little Rosie as a gift. I don't stack these. I don't really like presidents on my money. I like liberty on my money, because that's what I'm after. Liberty. And what does that mean? Liberty is the state of being free within a society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views. And I'd much rather have a reminder of that on my money. I would wager if you asked people in public what liberty means, they don't know the definition. How can you strive for something or maintain it if you don't even know what it is? Liberty's an idea, not a person. And in my opinion, I think we need to get people in general off of our money. Who do they think they are? Monarchs? Where does idolizing people get you? If you think about it, you're probably thinking, nowhere good. That's my opinion on it, and that's why I do what I do. Stack how I stack. When I see liberty on these beautiful silver coins, it reminds me how everybody needs to stay out of each other's business. Great fences make great neighbors. A healthy body is made of healthy individual cells, etc., etc. You get the point. So I picked up 20 more Mercury dimes. What do I got in the jar? 2,680. Yeah, so once I add these to the jar, I'll have 2,700 Mercs in the jar. I should mention, people in the coin shop were really eating up the gold. So there's definitely a bit of a feeding frenzy. But I refuse to chase after the puck. I'm going to go where I think the puck is going. And I'll reiterate, I'm just doing what I think is right for me. By all means, let us know what you think is right for you in the comments below. I'm by no means operating with total clarity. You gotta remember, I have a crap job and make below average filthy fiat. Some don't believe me when I say that. Well, it's at your peril, I guess. I read the comments below, and I've often pivoted my approach based upon the comments. There's a very good chance you're smarter than me, friendo. You don't have to agree with me so quickly. Yeah, so I guess I'm in the platinum game, and have been for weeks now. And I'm glad I got in. I got in around 15, and we're well over 16 now. Actually, pretty much 17. Yeah, platinum's almost $1,700 an ounce. And like I thought, the percentages and gains have been faster than gold's growth. Have I ever sold platinum? No. But I suspect it won't be that difficult. Not that I plan on selling anytime real soon. If you're not real familiar with platinum, well, check out this chart. The yellow line is gold, the blue line is platinum. I think this is like from 1985 to 2020. 1985 to 2020. Historically, often, platinum is more than twice the price of gold. And at the end of this chart, gold has broken up even further and platinum has broken down even further. Yeah, remember, this ends in 2020. And the disparity has gotten even worse. So I see opportunity there. And I know what you might be thinking. It's an industrial metal. Industrial may be down. Catalytic conversion may not be that necessary. Electric cars seem to be the trend. But honestly, I don't really think that matters. This precious metal is rarer than gold. And it's already well anchored in the subconscious of humanity as being worth more than gold. I'd like to also add, I'm not really all about its upside potential, which I think is vast. I just thought if I bought it, I'm probably not going to lose anything and my wealth will still grow somewhat. Yeah, I just can't get excited about forth parking my money or my filthy fiat promissory debt notes in $4,000 gold right now. And don't get me wrong, I think it's great that that's not a popular thought. I hope gold keeps tearing up. But I think I'm not the only one who thinks platinum is a good place to park some cash. A fairly safe place, quote unquote safe, from the downside. Maybe that's not as true today as it was 3 weeks ago. It's had some movement as of late. But I do indeed think it has a lot of upside potential. I mean, I'm talking hundreds of percents. And it is a volatile metal, so when that happens, it will likely spike up fast and spike down fast. So there will be a time window. But I think even if I'm slow on the draw and selling it, in that scenario, when the dust settles, I still think it'll be much higher than where it is now. It's just a hunch. I'm trusting my gut. I feel kind of bad now because my gut trusted me not to eat cheesesteaks in a dish at pizza shops. But what is trusting your gut? It's trusting your subconscious mind. And there's a lot there in the subconscious mind. The reason why we have a conscious mind is because if we used our subconscious mind, we'd spend all day probably in analysis paralysis. It's just TMI, too much information. The subconscious mind conveys all of that information in the form of a hunch or a gut feeling. And it's up to you whether or not you want to trust it. And I'm not saying you always should. Advertisers, they love to commandeer this process. That's why I'm careful what I feed my mind. I'm actually more careful than what I feed my gut. But that's why I don't like narratives with a lot of gobbledygook in them. I don't like advertisers being part of my consensus mechanism. So I don't like consuming biased, sponsored content. I still do sometimes, though. Especially if they talk funny. I don't care how wrong they are. It's just entertaining, and I stick around for a bit. And sometimes I even chuckle at how wrong they obviously are. And sometimes I feel bad for the people that listen to and trust them. But what can you do? You gotta let people be responsible for themselves. I just thought of that, looking at these reminders of liberty on these beautiful, I agree, not as beautiful as gold, but these beautiful platinum quarter-ounce coins. And it looks like we're still kicking gold's butt today. But I guess we shall see how well this video ages. I never delete a video. So if I'm wrong, the comment section will always be open to ridicule me for years and decades from now. I appreciate you being here, friendo, and I hope you hit that like. If you're new and you're still here, it looks like you're enjoying yourself. You're probably a sharp one. Don't be lazy. Find that subscribe button down below, press it, and stick around. Don't just trust that I'll show up in your feed every day. You'll be hard-pressed to find another stacker channel that's not a shill for the bullion dealers and mining companies. Anyhow, that's it. That is it. Thousandaire Radio, wicked shout. Join the pen pals. You can now write me at The Thousandaire Collector, 1700 Sullivan Trail, Suite 7, Box 111, Easton, Pennsylvania, 18040. Don't forget to include your info so I can put you on my mailing list.